Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Cancer. If Cancer is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and see what these tea leaves have to say today, Cancer. My goodness. All right. So our card today is the Empress. And as we know, the Empress is the feminine aspect of leadership, ruling, domain over your life, your works, your emotional sectors, spiritual work, interior work, love, hopefully, right? And so we look and we'll see. What do we see here? I see a large tree. Okay. And this is in that emotional zone. We also have a person who looks like maybe they are meeting another person who is sitting beside the tree. Okay, and so I actually just had in another reading a similar image, not exactly the same, but I think that this is really a time of, finding strength in our chosen communities and our families, our friends groups and so on, but even more than that, within our interior work, going into these parts of self, attempting to not get wrapped up in the happenings of the world, kind of expending our emotional resources, aside from maybe prayer, right? Charity work, being of service, these kinds of things. I think, and I get wrapped up in this as well, as, I think most of us do. Kind of watching the news cycles, watching, the things as they come moment by moment, being worried, being kind of pulled away from our immediate now. And, and that's not very helpful for anybody. But where we can help, we should, right? And this is through taking care of ourselves, taking care of our interior worlds, taking care of our families, our communities, and, in greater healing. Right? It starts at home. We have to, heal from where we can, do the work where we can. And so I look at this tree and I think, this is something that is of great interest and concern to you, this work. you know, doing the things that you must to continue to explore, to grow, to flourish in these spiritual places. And you will, and you and you are. And so this is a most blessed sign. The tree, rooted, strong, you know, offering shelter and shade to those aspects of self that go to seek its counsel. Okay, and so we also have, and I look over here, we have a person with a bow. Okay, and I immediately think of Diana. We are just about to come into an eclipse here, into a new moon. This lunar happening, of course, will be affecting the wateriness of Cancer. And so I do see that there is a need for some emotional, spiritual fortification. I think this goes along with kind of limiting your looking outward, limiting, you know, the media that you are bringing into your consciousness, and focusing on the things that are meaningful to you, right? Your creative works, your sacred texts, your whatever your systems are that you follow. Read some poetry, listen to some music, be with the people you love. And this is where we find that fortification. And now with the Huntress, the goddess, a maiden goddess, one of the forest, we again are walking into that night side. Okay, the Huntress by night. And here we have a heart. Okay, and so I see that we are, you know, although confident in your sacred work and your knowledge and your understanding of things, this is a time to go into those interior landscapes, and we begin to work on applying that knowledge so that it can become functional, and so that it may be transmuted into greater wisdoms. Okay, so how does one do this work? Well, it depends on what work you're doing, of course. But I would say active imagination, dream work. You know, I talk about these things a lot. I am one who believes deeply in the value of ritual and ceremony being played out in these active imagination type spaces. It is not unlike daydreaming, although it is more intentional. As you would ready yourself for ritual in a physical space, so you would in your imaginative laboratory. Okay, and with this moon energy, with this Huntress, I feel there is a strong pull towards kind of being shown sacred symbols, sacred information, esoteric information, through means of vision and visualization. So basically, through these kind of meditations, contemplations, organization of ritual in the mind. So then you will be given things that maybe you are looking for, maybe you are not. Maybe they are completely, abstract ideas, things that you have no idea how do these fit together. You write them down, you keep them with you, and then at some point they will show you what they belong to. Okay, and this could take days, weeks, years. There are things, notebooks I have full of experiences and phrases and what have you that I have no idea what they mean, where they came from, but they've been shown to me, they have been gifted to me, and when it's time for me to implement them, I will know, right? And so, I think this is not unlike yourself. This work, is long and it is tedious, and sometimes it just, there's no immediate give. So, be patient. Now we have, this looks like a primordial goddess mother, okay? Not unlike the one we have back here. I will show you. Okay. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Obviously, I have the little... now, we have a seated version here, and we also have, it looks like 1, 2, 3 of them, okay? We have also, it looks like devotees. Here, 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 here. Okay, so the 3 mothers. 3 important lessons that will be coming. Okay, 2 together, 1 later. I think that it really is the kind of the beginning lesson, the first kind of jolt, something that you might find difficult to maybe like confrontational, almost confronting, but I don't know. I think with this posture of the goddess kind of leaning forward, there's kind of almost a sense of disbelief, or maybe minimizing. Not quite sure if this really means that much to you. Now the second will reiterate, and this will be much more lasting, okay? Something that you cannot ignore, okay? And now I won't apply good or bad to these lessons. They will be difficult, I'm sure. Most life lessons are. But you will manage through them. And I think that this will deepen whatever your faith is, or your relationship with the divine. I feel that this will deepen it, definitely. We also have the third. This is kind of to punctuate the series of lessons. This one is also seated, and I feel it will not be as big of a, quote unquote blow as the second, but it will, as you maybe slip away from the immediacy of this life lesson, the third will come. Okay, and I see this over the span of the next 6 months or so. Okay, so let's go ahead and look over here. And if you can tell, I feel like I'm getting sick. That's why I sound the way that I do. My throat is not good today. So I look at this and we have the 3. It's reiterated here. But interestingly, I have a feeling that you are going to encounter you're going to encounter 3 spiders. Okay? The universe is sending you 3 spiders that you will see, that you will encounter. And when you do, remember this, okay? Remember, this is a time to keep your heart open, even if it feels like you want to retreat from the world, that you want to kind of scramble away, close yourself off, stay protected. This is really a time to be standing up in the face of this adversity that is coming. And I see a heart that has kind of a little hole in it. And so I believe that, you know, there will be some hardship within maybe your romantic life, or, you know, with family, friends, somebody you love. But, you know, this isn't the end. This isn't, nothing is falling apart, or there's no doom here. It's just part of the transition of things. It happens, and this is what life is. And I feel that, you know, you've been doing a lot of, probably for many years, a lot of interior work. And anybody that is on a path of self-evolution or growth, we know that we invite troubles, right? Because we know that there are blessings in our troubles. We know that there are insights. This is part of the process of shedding. You know, that which does not belong in our life should not stay. We should not cling to it. And so therefore, you know, we're in for some heartache, and that's what it is. That's why I think so much emphasis on not having attachments to things, worldly things, relationships within this space reality, and so on. Okay, all of these things are fleeting. Nothing stays the same, right? No matter how hard we work to keep something lasting, that's just not the nature of reality. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and look at these Earthbound Oracle cards. And I'm just going to stop where it feels right, and they will punctuate the reading here. And they're just a picture with a, maybe right there. Okay, creativity. And this is really the refuge of the Cancer, is creating. And so there you are. That will be your safe place through all of this. So yeah, use whatever you are getting and put it into that work that you are doing. Make something with it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And as we know, the algorithm really decides everything about everything on the internet. So we like to give it the engagement that it wants. And those are things like liking the video, watching the readings from the beginning to the end, sharing the readings on other social media platforms. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And If you want to leave a comment, please do. I read all of them and they mean so much to me. And I thank you, everyone, for the prayers and supportive messages for my family at this time. So I thank you, and we will talk again very soon.